Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, and I have a treat for you today. I ordered a bulk amount of statues with a friend of mine, and in the recent shipment, which I'll show you a picture of here, he had a large one-piece statue come in. And he told me, hey Bam, if you want to, you can showcase and unbox this statue for your channel. I'm sitting here thinking, are you serious? Like, this is an expensive statue, and you allowed me the opportunity and trusted me so much to unpackage it, showcase it, and repackage it and deliver it back to you. It was a real treat and a real blessing to be able to do that. So big shout out to you, Ken Nguyen, for allowing me the opportunity to bring this to the channel. I personally don't collect one-piece statues because many years ago, I had things from 8 to 10 different series, and my brother sat down and was like, yo Bam, you really need to kind of reel this in, focus on what you love the most, and begin to amass a collection around that. So I decided Naruto meant the most to me of all the series that I enjoy. So nowadays about 80 to 90% of my collection is Naruto based, with the one-offs being Pokemon, Bleach, and there's a current Fullmetal Alchemist statue on the way that I wish they made more of for that series. But without further ado, let's jump on in and take a look at this statue. This is one of the top 3, if not top 1 to 2 statues I've ever had the opportunity to look at, unpackage, and unbox. Unbelievable that this is Boom Studios' first statue to be released. A 360 of the box shows us a nice silhouette of Ace and an artistic drawing of the pose in the statue for Sabo, with the words Revolutionary Army printed on 2 spots. Now, because this statue has so many pieces, I wanted to be sure to capture where all the pieces are located, just in case someone needs to resell or repackage if they're moving to a different location and need to safely get everything back in its original place. I was completely overwhelmed to see that this box had 3 different layers to it. This one dragon tail kind of sits inside of a part of the second and a part of the third case, which you'll see at the end here. The base is very heavy and sturdy, sitting at around 15 pounds to support everything that'll be going on above. The fiery paint application all throughout this statue is mind-blowingly vibrant, with how many shades of red, yellow, and orange you can see. The studio also decided to paint the tips on the ends of the dragon gold, which I think look absolutely stunning, accenting all the other colors. Now here's where this statue begins to really impress me. I have a huge weakness for clear resin in statues, and the way Boom flawlessly mixes both painted and clear resin is what makes this one of the best statues I've ever unboxed to date. Now this statue had a minor flaw inside the clear resin on the right side of his lower back. You're not going to be noticing it from the front at all, but sometimes that happens when they're pouring the resin. Something I'd like to point out is how brilliantly this statue was engineered to come together. Thick metal rods were molded into some of the larger pieces, like the fiery dragon tails, to secure and lock in what I deem to be the backbone of this whole statue. For the pieces that don't have metal rods, dozens of magnets were glued on and painted over so everything can connect together, giving off that seamless look that makes it all seem like one piece. Just like Ace's arm and back, they used a little bit of orange paint to accent some of the details on the clear resin. I would consider this statue to be a dynamic action type, but also it's what I would call an artistic piece because it's not completely accurate to the show. The studio took liberties making the fire, as seen in the anime clip before, look like a dragon instead of regular fire. By no means at all do I ever mind when a studio does something like that, as it's a refreshing mixture of both originality and accuracy for the character. As I mentioned before, there's some very strong magnets attached to these pieces that give you the confidence that everything's going to stay together perfectly fine. Taking a look at Sabo himself, this is where the studio really took things to the next level. The way that they shaded in all the fiery colors to his coat and the clear resin that's installed onto different parts of his body, as I kind of light things up here more, you can see all the different details. The first hand here is only held on by magnets because nothing else is attached to it, but this other hand has a small metal rod that keeps it into place nice and secure because later on he'll be holding his pipe staff and he needs that little bit extra support to make sure the hand doesn't come out. The head sculpt on this bad boy is just... Hallelujah. With again the realistic textures of the leather, fiery shades applied, and his flawlessly detailed and painted face. Sabo is secured to the statue with a single metal rod on his foot. I love that the studio decided to include Ace's devil fruit, Mara Nomi, with a piece bitten out of it from Sabo. At this point, the large bulk pieces are basically attached to the statue, and we're just going to be connecting some of the smaller pieces. Through the process of building the statue, it really made sense why they had so many small pieces included in all the different boxes. By doing so, the liability and the risk of having so many pieces potentially break was eliminated because everything that would have an issue or problem was just separate and connected and safely in its own little section of the original packaging. The nameplate right here is one of those pieces that are typically prone to breaking on statues, so I love it when they separate it, put a magnet on it so you can put that on separately. Lastly, I love how they were able to capture the edition size for the statue on this gold coin here. Really, really nice touch. It didn't come with a stand or anything, so I wasn't sure what to do with it. But as I was looking at the statue, you'll see some pictures later, I actually stuck it in one of the dragon's claws and it worked out perfectly. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful unboxing of Sabo by Boom Studio. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, and I could not be more excited for the future of this channel. Thanks for your continued support, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this bad boy. As always, do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.